Welcome back, first grade. How are you? Good morning, all. Okay, I know that learning at home is fun. Why? Because you are with your mom and you are with your dad and you are learning together. Okay? So this is the part 2 of our video lesson. We are now going to finish it. This is the last part of our lesson this week 14. Understood? Okay. So, once again, I would like you to focus and learn each slide with me. Okay. So, if you can see this slide, what you should do? Of course, you need to prepare the materials. Always remember that you need to have your book with you. What is that book? Math textbook, volume 2. Hold your pencil and prepare your eraser if you need it. Understood? Okay. I assume that you have all these materials with you now. Okay? So you can make the volume of your phones or of your computer louder so you can understand the discussion. Okay. So the always free time is this review time, which is the happiest and enjoyable one. You can even see it in the picture there. Okay. So we are going to review once again our lesson yesterday. Okay. We are on lesson 3, unit 15, lesson 3, understand halves and fourths. Please open your book on page 833 until 834. Okay, very good. So in this lesson, you should compare equal shares of the same whole to understand the relationship between the number and size of the equal shares. Understood? You need to use our vocabulary like halves and fourths or quarter to understand that if a shape is divided into more equal shares, the shares are smaller. And if a shape is divided into fewer equal shares, the shares are larger. So when you divide or partition any shapes, whether it is a circle, a rectangle, a square, or anything, into 2 or 4 equal shares, you need to describe the shares using the words again, halves, fourths, and quarters, and use the phrases half of, fourth of, or quarter of. Or you can also say 2 of the shares or 4 of the shares. Understand? Okay, very good. Okay, here, let's continue our lesson. It's easy because it's just 2 pages. Okay, but we need to go through with our examples again. So, here's our objectives. For today's lesson, I can tell that more equal shares of the same whole creates smaller shares. The more equal shares of the same whole creates smaller shares. Understood? Okay, very good. Okay, again, let's read this essential understanding together with me. I know you can read now. When dividing a whole into equal pieces, the smaller the pieces, the greater the number of pieces. And the larger the pieces, the fewer the number of pieces. Okay. Again, our vocabulary words are halves or half of or 2 of the shares. Another one is that this example and this example, this one, and you can even help me how to circle. To partition it, it's easy. It's just like this one, right? Okay, very good. Another one, we have this fourths or fourth of. or you can say 4 of the shares. Understood? Okay, here you can actually just run through this. So this is the example. This one are the examples. And when you partition it, you can just draw a line and like this. Okay. So again, we have these 2 pizzas. The other one is divided into 4 equal parts, and the other is divided into 2 equal parts. The first pizza, it's 4 equal parts. You can read it as 4, and it has a smaller equal shares. And the second one, we have 2 equal shares. We can read it as halves, and you can decide by looking at it that it has larger equal shares than the other. Okay, so the 1/2 has the larger equal shares, and the pizza that is divided into 4 equal shares, it has smaller equal shares. Very good. Okay, here is another example. Okay, you can see this is a real pizza here, the picture here. Okay, this pizza, when you try to compare it with the other one, it is bigger, and this slice, which is the 1/4 of the whole compared to the 1/2 of the whole, is smaller than this. Understood? Okay, very good. Okay, these are examples of a whole. Give me an example of a whole. A circle. Very good. A square. Very good. A rectangle. Very good. Cut it into halves. What you are going to do, draw a line. Up to down, up, down, up, down. You have 2 equal parts in each in each shape. Example, circle, you have 2 shares, 2 parts. The square, you have 2 equal parts. And the rectangle, you have 2 equal parts. How about when you cut it into 4? Just draw a horizontal line. Okay? You have this 4 of the whole. You have 4 of the whole square. You have 4 of the whole rectangle. This is what it means to say fourths or quarters. Okay? So another example. Okay? These rectangles are the same size. Okay? This and this one. Now, when you cut this into halves, okay, you will end up having larger equal shares. But when you cut it into fourths, you will end up having smaller equal shares. Understood? Okay, now if you really understand our lesson, now I want you to open your book on page 833. Are you there? Are you sure you're there? Check again your book. Down the page, you can see 833. Hold your pencil and prepare your eraser. Number 1, we are going to compare the 2 shares. Just compare. We need to draw lines where you need to. Tell how many equal shares. Then circle smaller or larger and more or fewer for each. You need to decide. Okay? Number 1. We have this, a whole circle of, can you tell me the color of this? Green. Very good. It's a green color. Now, you have a whole circle here, a green circle. What you are going to do is to divide it into 4, which it means quarters. Quarters means fourths, right? So you need to divide it into 4. So how you will do it? Draw a line. So count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is now 4. 4 equal shares. You can write down here 4. Understood? Now ask yourself, is it smaller or larger? Smaller. Very good. Based on our previous examples, 1/4 or a pizza that is divided into 4 equal shares is the smaller one. How about the word more or fewer? What do you think? It has more parts, or it has fewer? It's more. Okay, very good. How about in the next one? you're going to divide it into halves. Halves means 2 equal parts. Okay. Just write there down 2. Now ask yourself, is it smaller or bigger? Bigger. Bigger means larger. So circle the word larger. Is it more or fewer? Of course, it's fewer. Remember that the fewer the parts will be, it will be like larger the shares. Okay, let's check your answer. If you want to really a clear answer, to have a clear answer, then here, pause the video so you can write the answers properly. Okay, very good. Okay, now next page, 834. You are going to give your reason. Now, I will read the question. Jeannie and Martha each have a pizza. Their pizzas are the same size. Jeannie cuts her pizza into fourths. Martha cuts her pizza into halves. Who have more slices? You need to write the name. Is it Jeannie or Martha? Of course, it's Jeannie, because Jeannie cuts her pizza into fourths, so he has more slices. Who has larger slices? It's Martha. Why? Because Martha cuts her pizza into halves. That's why it is bigger. Number 3, you need to use the vocabulary. Okay, divide this square into halves. What do we mean by halves? It is 2 equal parts. Then shade 1/2 of the share. So you can just decide this and then shade. You can use your color pencil. Understood? And if you want a clear answer, you can just wait. Okay. Now here, go to number 4. Okay. Lucas divides a circle into 2 equal shares. Then he divides each share in half. How many equal shares are there now? What are they called? Use words and pictures to explain. Okay, of course, you need to use the vocabulary words fourths or quarters. Understood? And then you need to also show me how it is being divided. Very good. Number 5. Mary is designing a sign. She wants 1/2 of the sign to be red, and 1/4 of it to be blue, and 1/4 of it to be yellow, which shows what Mary's sign might look like. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? And is it D? Okay, so let's check your answer. From number 2, 3, 4, until 5, you can just pause the video, write your answers properly on your book, and do not forget to take pictures of each page and post it and send it even to our WhatsApp group. Understood? Every day you need to say, "Teacher, I'm present, so I will have your attendance check." Okay? Great. Thank you, grade 1. So before we end our lesson, I would like you to ask yourselves once more. Okay? What can you say about the number of equal shares and the size of the equal shares of the same whole? Okay, so how do you answer that? How do you answer that question? Okay, let's read it together. It's easy. The higher the number of equal shares, the smaller each share is. Okay, so if you want to get a big share, then divide it with what? Smaller or lesser or lower number. Okay, just like a 1/2 and a 1/4. If you are so hungry, you need to divide your pizza into 2 equal parts, not 4 equal parts. Understood? Okay, great job. Okay, you've really done so good. And I know you learned a lot with your mom at home. Do not forget to say thank you, Mom, for every day of learning. Okay? So thank you so much, grade 1. And thank you so much, grade 1 regular and ESL. This is again Teacher Marv. Do not forget to take picture of your lessons and then send it to our WhatsApp. Okay? I keep on repeating that because I know some of you are not taking picture with each page. Okay. Bye-bye. And again, see you on our next worksheets that will be sending on our WhatsApp group. Bye-bye.